Just,
Sit down.
yeah, sit down, so I'm out head facing that way. Okay, so we're gonna be going over a side mount Americana, right? And this is a different sort of setup that I've worked with in the past, okay? I've had the opportunity to, we really get some great Americana details from some great instructors. My friend Jack Toffer, a lot of work with him, Chris Burns. This one I'm showing you here, I learned from Chris Haueter, right? From training with him. But Daniel O'Brien's another one, right? So just kind of, over the years, I learned the Americana when I was a white belt, and then I just tweaked it as I learned little nuances from all of those instructors, right? And I see, a lot of instructors that they have really good, like one of our coaches, Adrian, he's got a really good Americana, and he emphasizes this detail of sort of brush stroking the mat. And the way that I like to finish the Americana, the brush stroke doesn't make sense to me in the past, but under this lens, it does. Okay, so I'll show you kind of what I've done in the past is I'll attack this arm like whatever my setup is. Usually from guard pass, I pull it, and when they retract it, I'm here. So look, his wrist isn't even on the mat. So I'm looking up, and there's my finish. Pretty tight. And it deals with the defenses. You can't straighten your arm. So I do that motorcycle grip, okay? Now, what Haueter was saying is, he was showing a finish that had a diagonal control to it. So one time I got put in an Americana from half mount, and I tore my labrum. I just it came on real quick. I was defending, and now I warn people about it because it's just how my hips were controlled, and the person was leaning over, but look at this diagonal positional control I've got in half mount, right? When I'm attacking that arm. So his idea was he was coming here, getting the grip, and then leaning over it here, right? But again, more of a diagonal control on his hips. When he's leaning over it, elbows up, and that's that brush stroke on the mat, right? So a lot of people will finish here, get it down like this, like that, okay? So his idea is come across, right? So if I'm back, I don't have as much control of you. It's, I'm not really on your ribs. I could feel your ribs under me, but here, I'm really controlling that far shoulder, right? And then I don't have to worry about getting bridged over this quadrant, plus you're in a submission, okay? But what people will do a lot of times is they'll stiff arm under your armpit. Will you go ahead and do that, please, with your free hand? Yes. And then you can get out, okay? So when I do this, and the way I'm showing it the other direction too, the older way I did it, it mitigates a lot of the defenses too. Try and push me out now, right? And guys, here's the big tip, a test. Don't put weight in your elbows on the mat. Not a good idea, okay? So, but yeah, little Haueter Americana. I've never seen it that way. So, but it's just at this point, I see things and I'm oh, it's like these other things that I've also seen, and can start making anchor points. And if I'm working with an instructor, and it usually always am, that I can ask, hey, is this like that? Is it like this? These other things that I'm linking it to, and a lot of times it is. And then it's less to remember and not more. Thanks, guys. See, sometimes I just make a fist at the camera,
Right,
a
little pre-fight indicator.
Yeah, like an MMA fighter,
how are you doing that? Where are you putting